The blowout taper, just about the most trending, popular, and most requested haircut of all year. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to get from this to this in just a matter of minutes, and you'll have your blowout taper looking flawless every time. So sit back, relax, and prepare to learn the secret to a perfect blowout taper. So our first step in the process is debulking. I like to start out with my 3-guard fully open just to see that shape, and then come in with my clipper over comb to refine it a little bit more. Essentially, I'm just trying to go as high as I need to. So with my 3-guard, I can kind of visualize where I want my bald line to go, and I'm just gonna go 3 fingers above that with my 3. And with tapers, I like to start out in the back simply because it's the hardest portion of the haircut. Then I move on to the sides and the top. All right, now with our trimmers, we're gonna come in and set our bald line in the back. I personally like to make this bald line a little curved just because it allows the lineups on the nape to be a little darker and the middle portion of the fade to be nice and blurry. As you can see, I'm coming in with my foil shaver and balding out. And then I'm gonna grab my no guard fully open and set in my first guideline. I like to make my guidelines in the back just a little bit bigger simply because it's a bigger canvas to fade out. All right, now continuing our process of blending up, we're gonna grab our 1 guard and make a guideline that's 1 finger in width. Again, we're flicking out for a cleaner blend. And to follow up, we're gonna grab our 2 guard and do the exact same thing. This shouldn't really create a guideline since it's gonna blend into the length around the parietal ridge, but still we're flicking out and trying to get it as clean as possible. All right, now that the rough draft of the fade is finished, we're gonna grab our 1.5 guard and begin blending down. I'm coming in fully open and just knocking out that line that's between the 1 and the 2, and then I'm closing it fully and getting rid of any dark spots that were left behind. Now for the faint line that remains between the 1 and the skin, we're gonna grab our 1/2 guard and just knock that out fully open, then close it halfway, and then close it fully to completely get rid of that guideline. All right, now to fully connect that neck taper in the bulk in the back, we're gonna grab our thinning shears and just go over comb, slowly gliding with our shears and connecting to the length. All right, perfect. Now our neck taper is finished, we can move on to the sides. Again, I'm coming in with my trimmers and setting my bald line. This is a mid taper, so I'm setting it just a little bit higher around the level of the tip of the ear. Yet again, as you can see, this line is curved, and that's gonna allow the fade to be nice and gradient in the middle while keeping the lineups dark. My trimmers did leave a little bit of a stubble, so I'm just coming in with my shavers and balding that out. Now the fade process I use on the sides is the exact same that I use in the back, so I'm just gonna speed up this next portion of the video and list the guards that I used. And now we're gonna get into the lineups. My process of lining up is very, very simple, so just pay attention. Now to start off with the nape, I like to identify any points that sit on the natural line and just start from there. Now once I've identified my reference point, I just like to come in with my trimmers and use the corner of the blade to move that line further up, kind of sloping it around the ear while doing so. And I'm always brushing out to see if there are any hairs that I missed with my initial strokes. Once the lineup around the ear is finished, I just carry that line to the bottom of the neck taper. Now my process for the C-cups is also very, very simple. What helps me is the fact that I've already shortened the hair on the sides and I can see the C-cup underneath the bulk. Once I've identified the point that the C-cup ends, I just start from there and make my first incision. Then I just come in at the bottom of the C-cup and connect those 2 points in a curved line. And to polish the lineup, I just brush it out and snip any overhanging hairs. All right, perfect. Now that the fade is finished, it's time for us to elevate the look with some styling. I like to start out with some sea salt spray, spread it evenly in the hair. I use about 6 sprays and then just blow dry it on low heat with my diffuser. I use a diffuser simply because it allows the sea salt spray to dry in the hair without blowing it in all sorts of directions. And as you can see, I'm scrunching while drying the hair to add some texture. And now I'm just gonna add some texture powder to add some lift to the hair. I'm gonna apply it directly to the roots, so I'm just gonna lift up a portion of the hair and sprinkle some on. I do this because when I come in and style the hair with my hands, the powder spreads all the way from the root to the tip, allowing me to style without clumps or clusters of hair. Again, I'm just scrunching for some volume and texture in the finished style. One thing about texture powder is that it's not... Wait, is that Brazilian funk I hear?
no alcanzó, porque igual maté la liga y al final se me dio.
Alright, that pretty much does it for this tutorial on a perfect blowout taper. I hope you all learned something from this, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and comment what you thought about the video. And hey, you're here, might as well subscribe. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.